channel. So today I have this makeup look for you. I was really inspired to do a really dramatic glitter sort of cut crease with one of my new glitters from a lovely girl on Instagram called Charlotte, and I followed Charlotte for absolutely like years now. She was kind enough to send me some of her glitters that she's handmade herself. So I have one of the shades here which is called Lavender, and then this is one of the other shades which is Twinkle, and it's like a silver shade. I'm going to be using this one in an upcoming tutorial, but I just thought I'd go for the lavender one today. I think this look would be perfect for prom and any sort of special occasion. So yeah, also don't forget to check out Charlotte's Instagram, like her beauty Instagram. I'll link it right here, and then also her business page, which is CJ Glitters, and this isn't sponsored or anything. She kindly sent me the products. So if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, then please carry on watching. I've realised my eyebrows don't look very nice today, but the first shade I'm going to be taking as our transition shade is Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, which is this shade here. Please excuse my nails. My boyfriend's obviously dropped my nail glue on the floor somewhere and I can't find it, so I haven't been able to do my nails. I'm just taking Peach Smoothie on my Zoeva 228 Luxe crease brush, as always, because that's the brush I always use to apply the transition shade. My eyes are already primed with concealer, and that's set in place with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. So I'm just applying this into the crease. You can be really messy with this shade as it's a very light neutral shade anyway. So yeah, it doesn't really matter if you accidentally get some up into the brow bone. I'm gonna keep working that in. Blend, blend, blend. And once you like the look of that, then that's when you just want to go over it once more with a little bit more of Peach Smoothie, just to build up the colour really. And you just want to get it to the intensity that you want. Like, so if you want it a little bit darker, add a little bit more. If you want it a little bit lighter, then you can always go in with a lighter powder or a lighter colour eyeshadow, like a matte white eyeshadow, and just sort of mix that in until you get it to the colour that you want it to be. It's all about your personal preference and how you want your eyes to look at the end of the day. Or instead of using a lighter powder, you can always just go in with a clean fluffy brush that has no eyeshadow on at all. I like the transition shade to be the shade that's built up the most and most blended out, because then that way you know that your other shadows that you apply on top of that are going to be really nicely blended. I'm going to be taking my Morphe M506, which is a little tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, which is another favourite of mine. As you can see, I've hit pan and need to order a new one, and I'm going to be applying this directly into my crease. I'm going to be holding my brush downwards, and I'm just literally going to be creating like a little line. So I'm just literally cutting the crease. You could use a smaller brush to do this, but I'm just using this one for today. Just want to create a really faint line, really blend that in. So as you'll be able to see, the lid is a lot lighter and the brow bone is a lot lighter, and the darkest shade we have is in the crease. I'm then just taking my 228 and going over that, just to help blend it. Then I'm just going to be taking the shade Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. It's all about layering the shadows really. I'm just taking that on the same brush, and I always start from the outer crease of my eye and slowly blend that in, because where you apply the product is going to be where the most colour is, if that makes any sense. So say if I was to go in and pack my brush full of shadow and go into the inner corner, that's where the most of that colour is going to be applied. So I like to keep most of the pigmentation of colour on the outer part of my eye. Then that way, if I need to, I can just blend it out if I make any mistakes. Blending on this outer part here is a lot easier than blending in this inner part here, obviously because this part here is a lot bigger. You can also start from the middle of your eye here and blend that backwards, and then lightly drag that down into the inner corner. Going back in with my 228. With this look that we're doing today, it's all literally just about building the shadows up. And you always want it, well, it depends what look you're doing, but you always want it to gradually get lighter as you get back up to the brow. And the brow bone is normally like the lightest part when you're doing like a smoky eye. That's why a lot of people like to tend to keep this brow bone very sort of matte, like white. I personally tend to do, or I like to do a little bit of shimmer just to make the brow bone pop a little bit more and accentuate the brow bone. Right, then I'm going to be taking the shade Sienna by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is this one. Taking the same brush. And each time I apply it to the same spot. But as you're blending it, it's gradually building up anyway. like when you blend it out, so you don't even really need to sort of drag it up. Hope that makes sense. Like, as you can see, all the colours there are neatly blended together and they just sort of layer up. Then I'm going to be taking my Morphe M330, which is my big fluffy tapered blending brush. And if you watch my videos a lot, then you'll know this is like my favourite big fluffy brush to go over shadows with, as it doesn't add any more sort of product down as you're going from eye to eye. It literally just blends out everything seamlessly. And it doesn't matter if you take the shadow down to the lid, because the lid is going to be covered anyway with the amazing glitter that we are going to be applying. I like to just go back in and intensify that crease a bit more. Then I'm just going to be taking the shade Hot Chocolate from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm applying that on my Morphe M507, which is just a tiniest bit thinner than the M506. It's a lot more tapered as well, so you can really get into that crease area. Starting at the outer corner, I first like to dot the shadow down, dot it right on this outer part here, and I like to just pull this shadow out. I hope the camera angle's okay in this video, because my last few videos have been shocking. Like, it's been really annoying me. Like, when I come to edit it, I'm like, oh my god. Please let me know if the camera angle is better in this video. Then just going back in with the M506 with a little bit of sienna to help blend that hot chocolate. And then I'm just taking a little bit more of hot chocolate and applying that to the crease area. This is really going to help cut that crease. As you'll be able to see, there's a nice transition and there's no like permanent line. I hope you can't hear that lorry outside, it's really annoying. I haven't worn makeup for the past few days and I've literally felt lost. Like, I applied some glitter yesterday to my eye. Like, I literally just wanted to try it out because I was so excited to receive them. But I literally just had a little bit of mascara on and that, and I just felt so bare and plain. Like, for me, because obviously that's not much makeup for me. It was a natural day for me. I'm all about the dramatic eyes and the big lashes, and I wish I could just literally just wear mascara. Life would be so easy. I get too bored with it. Okay, and I'm just taking some of sienna and blending that hot chocolate out. Please don't be concerned with like when I drag it right down, because I clean that up with a makeup wipe, and I'm actually going to remember to show you how to do that in this video, because Emily Barrow, if you're watching this, which you probably are, but I'm going to show you how to clean up your eyeshadow in this video, because she did comment on my last video saying that that's the one thing she struggles with, and I didn't even think like to add that into my videos. So if you struggle with that, anyone, then I'm going to show you how to do it. Built that up nicely. I'm just going to then take my big fluffy brush and blend that. My eyeshadow, like when I come to edit my videos and I edit like the eyeshadow look, it takes me like ages to do my eyeshadow, but it's just because I like it to be so blended, and like I have a particular way of doing it. So it's always the thing that takes me sort of the longest is my eyes. It's really important just to keep blending, because you don't want any harsh lines. Nothing worse than a harsh line. Okay, purple base that I'm going to be packing down before I apply the glitter is this really beautiful light lavender shade from the Morphe 35C palette. Sorry, this one. I'm going to be applying that all over my lid with a MAC 242 flat shader brush. Just packing that down just so none of that sort of glitter, you can't see like my lid through the glitter. I'm so sorry if you can hear that truck outside. I have builders outside my house, but they're always making a noise. I like to take my M506 just to help blend the edges of that purple. Pack more down if needs be. So I'm just taking the Revlon lash adhesive, clear one, applying this all over my lid. I'm going to stop about halfway, so about here, so where my brow bone starts. Applying a bit of that into the crease as well. You want to wait for that to go tacky. Then what you're going to do is grab the glitter. It's so hard to do this with my eye shut. Pack the brush into the glitter, and then you want to pack that onto your lid. You just want to tap that into the lid. You don't want to swipe. Packing the glitter down, just make sure that the glitter doesn't really go anywhere, and that it actually like applies straight to the lid, and so it doesn't like move about and get all over your face, move all about your eye. Packs it nicely down. Really scared to open my eye now. I just let that sit there for a couple of seconds, and then ta-da, your glitter is applied. Go back in with my M506, just go around that. This is when we get to the bit that some people might find tricky, and that's applying the black eyeshadow. Right, so what I'm going to be doing is taking Corrupt by Makeup Geek, which is just this matte black eyeshadow. This one here. I'm just applying that on my Morphe M507, and I'm literally just going to be applying this, slightly meeting the glitter, pulling that on top, and I'm literally just going to be taking that out like this, literally just dotting it down. Okay, this is such an easy way to do it. I'm just doing this to just show you how easy it can be. So you just want to apply that black right down, and then you're gonna slightly feather it into that hot chocolate shade and blend it upwards. I'm going to take a little bit into the crease, just so this outer part here is really dark. And like I said, we'll be cleaning up the fallout. We're not going to go out like this. Feather that up, taking a little bit of that into the crease. Taking the M506, taking a bit of sienna on hot chocolate and blending that black in. And you can also mix this with a bit of hot chocolate as well, if you want it to be a bit easier to blend it into the brown. Also depends how black you want the eyes to be as well. I like this outer corner part to be quite dark, especially when we're not wearing any liner, and then obviously we're going to clean that up there. Then I'm taking this tiny little 224, I'm taking a creme brulee from earlier, and I'm just taking that slightly above that eyeshadow, just to help transition it all out so there's no harsh lines. Then taking my M330, going over all of that to blend it nicely, and I'm just going to keep going over that to lighten it up. And as the eyes are going to be like quite dramatic anyway, I'm just going to keep packing a little bit of more sienna into this inner corner here, as it is like a dramatic eye look, so it doesn't matter if this inner corner is quite like intense anyway. Now we're going to clean it up, which I'm sure you're all happy about. I know I am. It's my favourite part. Right, to clean my shadow up, I always love to use the Johnson's Face Care Makeup Be Gone Moisturising Wipes for dry skin. And this is just because your eye area is the most delicate part of your face, really, isn't it? Like the skin around your eyes. So I love these wipes as they're really moist, so they don't like drag on the eyes at all. What I'm going to be doing is starting off from down here, and I like to have this nice and sharp and drag it upwards. Almost looks better already. And then I like to just pick up any glitter. You can also do this with sellotape as well. Do the other eye, just so it's going up towards your brow. And you always want to, like, if you have nails on, you want to almost like push your nail up. It really helps. And obviously I have concealer above my brows, but my foundation is going to cover that up. So that's nice and sharp, and you just want to do the same on this other eye. You want them to look equal, really. It does help. You get these little bits here that don't want to rub off, you just want to pull down on them and slightly pull it. This bit here, you want to like curve it round. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to make a mistake just so I could show you. So this left eye, this eye is how I want it to look. Quite sort of, I don't want it right up here, but I want it just underneath. It's slightly underneath my brow. Or like it sort of just meets up with my brow. This one goes a little bit past my brow. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab more black eyeshadow, pull that on top of that. Just want to show you how to clean it back up. You just want to drag that over like so. And then you want to grab sienna and hot chocolate again and blend them, just so then you're sort of copying what's already there. And then you want to clean that back up. I clean up my shadow, I like this bit here. I like it to be pulled down a little bit, just so then it's easier when you do the lower lash line. Just so then you can quickly fill in the lower lash line and it doesn't look funny, like you've dragged it down enough so they meet. Because you don't want this to go too far into the brow, because then it can make the lower lash line look really funny and can make you look like you've literally been punched in the face. So yeah, you always want to sort of drag it down towards the lower lash line. But as you're cleaning it up, just curve it round underneath the eye. And then obviously clean up any excess glitter on your face. I love glitter, but it's so annoying getting it off your face. You can always use sellotape if you want to, as that really helps pick glitter up really easily. For the brow bone highlight, I'm taking a matte white eyeshadow, just as we want the main focus to be on the lid. So I'm just applying that with my Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush. And then I just like to go back in with my big fluffy brush. Sorry, this consists of a lot of blending, doesn't it? Just so there's no like harsh lines where the brow line highlight is. I'm gonna apply my lashes. Let's move on to lashes. Right, now what I'm going to do is prep my lashes. I'm going to be taking the Jordana Slash Extreme Volumizer Mascara, and I'm literally just going to be applying some mascara to my natural lashes. I'm just going to be popping these lashes on. I've never worn these lashes without like a liner, so they might look a bit weird, I'm not sure. I thought I'd not do any liner today just for the fact that I know most people find it hard doing liner. So just do whatever you feel comfortable doing. You can see lashes just make such a difference. I myself have really long eyelashes, but they're not very thick. Like, ever since I was younger, I've always been complimented on how like long my eyelashes are, like my natural ones. But they're just not that thick. When I put mascara on them, they just look really clumpy and horrible. So I've been wearing false eyelashes for about, well, it'll be 5 years this year. So that's quite a long time, to be honest. Ever since I was like 15 years old. So I'm gonna pray to the Lord above that they're stuck down, because I find lashes really hard to apply, like to stick down when I have glitter on my eyes. So let's just hope that they're stuck down. I applied some MAC Fix Plus to my face earlier, so I'm not gonna like moisturize my face even more. I'm just going to be applying my primer, which is the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm, and I haven't found a better primer than this, to be honest. I bought the Professional the other day from, well, not from Benefit, but I featured it in my beauty haul, like a little sample size of it, and I used to have it years ago, and I can see why I never purchased the full size. I find that it makes my skin, like, it makes my nose really oily after a while. So yeah, I'm not really loving it, to be honest. I'm gonna keep trying it out, but I'm sure that it's that's making my nose really oily. Just gonna wait for that primer to sink into my skin, check the lashes, see how they're getting on. For some reason, like, my skin in person isn't actually like this red, like around my face area. Right here on my face, it's really annoying me. But like when I sit in front of this ring light, it literally emphasises like everything on my face. So it makes me look so red. It's really annoying. So for foundation, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade Soft Tan 228, and I'm just using this as I want like my nose to be a bit more sort of, well, I just want my face to be a bit more matte. And I just want it to be glowy in the parts that I want it glowy, like where my highlight is and everything. Also for like prom, if you have oily skin, this foundation is amazing. Totally recommend it. Really cheap too. And now they've now started selling it in Boots in England. Just applying that all over my skin with a damp beauty blender. The coverage on it is amazing too. Like, look at that. By the way, I'm matching my face to my neck as always because I have fake tan on. If you'd like a makeup tutorial, like pale skin or whatever, please let me know, because I myself feel more like me when I have tan on. Like, I prefer what I look like with tan on when like I have makeup on, because like all my darker foundations, I don't know, I just prefer them to like my paler ones. Like, I think pale skin is beautiful, but I just prefer my skin with a bit of a tan. When I was a baby I was really tanned. If you'd like any tutorials for like pale skin, let me know and I'll do them for you. The best foundation I've ever found for pale skin is the Bourjois Healthy Mix. I think it's number 52, which is vanilla, something like that. But I love that foundation. It has amazing coverage. Oh, and also another thing, I know I mentioned it in my favourites video, but would anyone actually be interested in seeing like a favourite foundations video? Because if you want that, I can do it. So that's all done. I like to apply the foundation on the back of my hand, so if I need to go in with any more, like if I need more coverage, I can just take it off the back of my hand and apply it to the area that I need it. So with me, it's like around my chin area. Just as my skin, like, it's broken out quite a lot recently. I don't know why though. I think it might just be like stress like with having to move and all that jazz, and I personally worry about everything and anything. I like to just take that underneath my chin as well, so that my chin and my neck and everything match. I'm just going to do my highlighting, like my cream contour and everything off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing is lining my waterline with the Rimmel London, I think this is one of the Kohl Kajal waterproof liners. This is in 001 Black. This is really pigmented. Yeah, I'm just going to be lining my waterline. I've set all the cream products on my face. I applied my highlighter, my concealer, sorry, underneath my eyes, my bronzer, everything like that. You could leave the waterline bare, but I just find that this makes the eyes look a bit more sort of bold and more sort of smoky. If you have smaller eyes, I wouldn't recommend doing this. It can close your eyes up quite a lot. I myself have quite big eyes, so I can sort of get away with it. Okay, so I'm going to smudge out that liner. So I'm taking my Morphe M506 pencil brush, and I'm just going to be taking the shade Sienna by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just going to be poking that underneath my eye. I'm just literally blending that into that liner, just so there's no gaps. And you'll be able to see this has actually opened my eye up, applying shadow to the lower lash line. I was going to leave the lower lash line blank and just add mascara, but I thought as this is more like a dramatic sort of prom look, it would be better if it was a bit more intense. Especially as if you was to take a picture, like if you was to have your picture taken at prom and you had just like mascara on the lower lash line, then it might sort of make your eyes look a bit sort of washed out. Okay, then I'm just going to be taking Hot Chocolate from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is right next to the black shadow, underneath the black shadow, sorry. I'm just taking that on the outer corner. I'm just dragging that up to that winged shadow, smoking that out, meeting that up with that black basically. Then I'm just taking Corrupt by Makeup Geek, but I'm taking that on a smaller brush, so Morphe M507 that we used with the black before. Corrupt by Makeup Geek. Again, I'm just focusing this on the outer part of my eye, smudging it into that liner. And then to help blend that, I'm just taking a little bit more of Sienna, and I'm going to be mixing Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, which is this one. Mixing the two together to help blend that black out. That's sort of what you do in your crease. Sienna from Anastasia Beverly Hills is probably one of my favourite colours. It works so well with black as well. For my inner corner, I don't want to do anything too intense. I just want to keep the main focus on that purple glitter. So I'm just applying my matte white eyeshadow, which is this one from my Morphe 35C palette. Applying that to the inner corner of my eye. This just helps open the eye up a little bit. Makes your eyes pop. I really want to do the no mirror makeup challenge, but I reckon it's going to go terribly wrong. But I can apply shades to my inner corner fine and to my crease, but I just reckon it'll go wrong. Or the 5-minute makeup challenge. Which one do you reckon I should do? Comment below and let me know. Just going to be applying some mascara to my lower lashes, the same mascara that I applied earlier. Really sort of wiggling that brush into those lashes, just as I don't want any blank bits, especially at my waterline. As you'll be able to tell, I already applied bronzer. So the bronzer that I applied to my face was the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in 30M. I use this all the time, as you guys know, but normally I would apply MAC Give Me Sun or something on top of it, but I just thought I'd go for a more natural bronze today and just contour my nose with that bronzer. For blusher today, I'm going to be using my I'm going to be taking my Milani Luminoso and a Primark powder foundation brush. You already know the drill. Just applying this to my backs of my cheeks. As I think that this really ties in with the lower lash line. I wanted to sort of go heavier on blush today than the sort of bronzer, so that's what I did. Right, so I'm just going to be applying the Urban Decay highlighter in Sin while I wait for my eyelash to dry. Applying that to my cheekbone. My lips look like light pink. Tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow. Actually, I'm not going to be applying it to my Cupid's bow yet. I'm going to be applying it above my brow, tiny bit on my chin. And I'm just going to be applying some of the Laura Geller highlighter in Gilded Honey on top. This highlighter is my life. It literally is like honey, and I think it's so cute. It's like all swirled. And to make that a little bit more intense, I'm just spraying my brush with a bit of MAC Fix Plus. I try not to get this in my ring light. Look at that highlight. For my lips, I'm going to be applying some of the Rimmel Lasting Finish lip liner in Spice. So once your lips are nicely lined, then you just want to take the MAC lipstick in Flesh Pot, which is a satin finish. And then I'm just going to be taking the MAC Cream Machine Glass in Boy Bait. Just taking that over. Obviously, if you was like a prom or something, you might want to go for like a matte lip. It doesn't really matter. I just love gloss at the moment. Okay, so you could go for that lip option if you'd like to, but I personally would rather wear a lighter nude. So this is the nude that I'm going to be applying. I look really pale because the light's washing me out. So as you'll be able to tell, this is more of a peachy nude, whereas the other one is a little bit more pink. But this is Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Noble, so it's a really light shade. So that's the end of this makeup tutorial, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup look, and if you have any other sort of requests from me that you'd like to see, then please let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to do that for you. If you do recreate this look, then don't forget to tag me on any of my social media platforms. They're always linked in the description box. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely week and I'll see you in my next video. So take care, bye!